Hey guys, Micah from Black Bear Custom Kydex. I've got a quick video for you today on a pile of auto open sheaths. Most of them are going to be for this legendary knife, the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. And if you guys haven't already checked this knife out, you should definitely go do that. There are a billion reviews on YouTube. It might be the most popular folding knife of all time, or certainly in the top few all time, and definitely top few for current sales and popularity and all that. So anyway, I've been getting a ton of orders for these lately, so I just wanted to kind of give every customer that's ordered one a little spot in the limelight real quick, show their sheath, show it functioning, and then yeah, move on with a couple other quick things. So all right, we'll get through, yeah, we'll just pop through them real quick. All right, so we have, this one's going to Peter out in St. John, Indiana. And Peter asked for a PM2 sheath in black carbon fiber with Kryptek EMT red as the locking mechanism. You can see nice deployment on it. And it's got a good lock up on it as well. For all of these, this is how the lock works. You can see that there's this kind of hooked piece of Kydex here, and there are two fins on the back of the sheath itself. So what you want to do is you want to kind of, it's not so much that you're just pinching them together. You can do that, it'll work. But I find it's easiest if you think about kind of flexing this one, flex the actual sheath away from your body, and at the same time pull the lock over it. So when that's there, it's not going to allow it to deploy. It's going to just keep that Kydex cinched down and mold it into all the nooks and crannies so it won't be able to go anywhere. And then you just, to unlock it, you just push it with your thumb. It comes off really easy. And just draw your knife out. For the drawing of the knife, I recommend that you pull, you got to think about the fact that the Kydex is holding on to that opening hole, so it's kind of breaking it backwards and coming down at the same time. So you want to draw down, back, and flick your wrist. It's pretty easy, but just that little motion will help give it the momentum it needs, and you need to draw a little bit quick to get all the auto opens to work as well as they should. So all right, Peter ordered that. And he also sent me his Spyderco Military, which is the bigger version of a PM2 essentially. They're a little bit different, but very similar. And he asked for black with Kryptek Raid Micro as the locking mechanism. Works very nicely. This knife is just one of the easier ones to get to go, I think, because of where the torque is and all that. I don't know. It just seems to take very easily to the auto opening. So you can see, guys, that it does have the belt clip on it. I didn't remove it to do this. However, some knives I do have to end up removing the belt clip to get it to work. So there is one in this batch that I'll show you that did require that. So anyway, there's that. It's got a nice lockup on it, and that's going out to Peter. All right, moving on to the next one. So you just saw carbon fiber with Kryptek EMT red, and if it can be believed, I actually got an order for the exact inverse of that. So this one is going to Zach in Zimmerman, Minnesota, and Zach asked for Kryptek EMT red with a black carbon fiber lock. So that's pretty cool, just totally coincidental. Those both came in. All right, so here we go. Got a nice draw. Good deployment of the blade. Good lockup. There it is. Next one is going to Joe in Pelham, Georgia. And Joe asked for his actually on an ulti clip. So originally he was going to go with the IWB design that I came out with a couple months ago. but he decided to stick with OWB locking sheath and asked if I could do it on an Ulti-clip. So it does work, and you can actually change the angle to, you can match up any two drill holes on this with the Ulti-clip itself. So right now I have it spanning the widest gap just to show you that it can be done, and it's at the angle that I would wear it at anyway. So I don't know if he'll want to change the angle or not. Very easy to do. He asked for black with a gray lock, and there you go. Nice deployment. Good lockup on it. All right, there you go, Joe. Next up is Justin in Tracy, California. Justin asked for it in all desert tan, and I know it looks a little bit white on camera, but it is the Kydex colored desert tan. Alright, so Justin's, here we go. It's got a nice smooth deployment. Strong lockup. There it is. Oops. Just had the box explode on me here. Alright. Next up, we have Alex in Lockbourne, Ohio. Alex asked for his in black with OD green for the lock. Whoops. There you go, guys. I had a false deploy because I didn't flick my wrist down. See the difference? You do have to train with these. Make sure that you actually are familiar with it in case you ever do really need it in emergency. And also because it's not really safe to have it come out and stop there, you know, coming down toward your leg or something. Just be really careful. Practice, practice, practice. It's got a good lockup on it. Grip strength out the window. I just threw the sheath. It survived. Alright, there we go. That one's for Alex, Lockbourne, Ohio. Alright. Next one is going to Adam in Pecos, Texas. And Adam asked for OD green with flat dark earth for the lock. Looks really nice. I love those colors. Good deployment. Good lockup. There it is. I know this is probably an extremely monotonous video, so I appreciate you guys hanging in there for it. Not trying to be boring or anything, but it's just in my nature. Alright, this one is going to, I think it's pronounced Con. Sorry if I'm getting that wrong, brother. Con is out in San Leandro, California. He asked for black with black carbon fiber for the lock. It looks really nice. Smooth deployment. It's got a good lockup on it. There you go. Alright. So we got a couple left here. This one is going to Chris in Australia. I can't remember if I started the video with this one or not. I feel like I already said this. I'm so sorry if I'm repeating myself, guys. Alright, so Chris asked for just a simple sheath. He didn't want a lock and he didn't want a belt clip or anything like that. So I made the same pattern that I always do. So if he does want to put a tech lock or mollies or an Ulti clip, it should be compatible with all of those. He could also just rock it as a paracord necklace, whatever he wants to do. So anyway, no lock to show, but it does have a really smooth deployment. Alright, there you go, Chris. And here we go. We got, this one's a Benchmade Griptilian Mini. I haven't put the tech lock on it yet. And there's actually a fixed blade with this same order that I haven't finished yet. So I'll be doing that and recording another video. But just to show you here, we've got this all in Kryptek Neptune. Whoops. Gee, what am I snagging on here? Something's wrong with it. Well, maybe I'll have to work on this one a tiny bit more here before I send it. There you go. Got a full deployment there. I think I just wasn't flicking my wrist enough. Griptilians are actually extremely difficult to get an auto deploy on. I'm not really quite sure why, but every one that I've done so far has been a little bit of a pain in my butt. But anyway, you can see I'm getting consistent results now with the more what you call it, the more extreme flicking of the wrist. So the reason why you flick the wrist, just so you guys know, is because you can see that the rotation pulling the butt away from the sheath like so is what actually causes that blade to start opening. Just separating it, because the Kydex wants to grip and keep the blade in place while the handle can move away from it. So so as you pull it out this way, you're going to need to just kind of keep that same rotation going, and it just really aids with the momentum that'll help get that blade out. So alright, so we got the Griptilian Mini there. And then, oh yeah, we got one more PM2 actually. I forgot about this one. So this one is going to Damon, and I owe Damon a huge apology. I had missed his payment for whatever reason. I just didn't see it, and so I let it sit in the queue for like a month and a half or something. I feel really bad about it, but he sent me an email yesterday to check on it, and once he had pointed out that he had already paid, I said, oh crap, and I jumped right on it. So Damon, I'm so sorry about that, brother, but your sheath is here, it's done, and it'll be in the mail today. So 1 day turnaround on that notification that I got from him. But this one is a cool sheath. So it's going to be a left-handed sheath, and you can see it's set up on the opposite side of the other ones. But there's actually one other cool detail about this. Not only is it's actually my first left-handed auto open. I've never gotten a left-handed customer before this, for auto deploys, that is. So not only is it a left-handed auto deploy sheath, which is something I don't usually do, but it is going to be worn right appendix and cross-drawn with the left. So I'm going to demonstrate. I'm not going to actually hook it to my belt just to save time here in the video, but he's going to wear it here, and he's going to cross-draw with his left hand. And so if you guys have watched my videos at all, you know I'm terrible with my left hand. I always make excuses for all my klutz moves when I try to do things left-handed for you, but yeah, see, there I go. But even me, left-handed, not being particularly good with it, I'm actually able most of the time to get a successful auto deploy or full deployment of the blade with my left. So that just kind of goes to show you that the design is actually pretty efficient. And of course the knife itself, yeah, of course now I'm screwing it up every time. The knife itself is really smooth action. So, well, I'm a klutz. I guess I'll switch over and do it the other way around. So it doesn't make too much of a difference except the lock itself, like how you would be using that. But there you go. You get a full deployment that way. But anyway, I've never set up an auto opener like this before, and I thought it was a really cool idea. I'm really glad he suggested that. So if you guys are interested in doing something like that, that's just another way to rock it. I will answer the question now because I know somebody is going to ask it in the comments, what is going on here with my belt buckle? I've just been trying a couple different things, at least while I'm working in the shop, I always use my OHT. I'm using this thing constantly, and this is just my This is my sheath for it. So I've moved it to my belt buckle position because I started conceal carrying on the right side where I was carrying the OHT. So I had to shuffle things around a little bit, but that seems to be a pretty comfortable spot for it, at least for now. So in case you guys are wondering what's going on there, that is a Leatherman OHT sheath. Alright, so we got Damon. He is in Markham, Ontario. And then the only other thing I have for you guys is I've decided when I'm doing these kind of bigger batches of PM2 sheaths, because you guys out there in the knife community have been extremely good to me. You've been really supportive of my business lately, and in particular, those of you who are ordering PM2 sheaths, I've gotten a lot of those orders lately, so I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much. But I've decided, since I'm doing these bigger batches of them, that I would just throw in 1 or 2 extra sheaths every time I'm doing them, since, you know, what's an extra couple sheaths if I'm doing 12 of them already. So I've got these. I'm going to be putting tech locks on them, and I will be posting them over on my Etsy store. So if you guys are interested, probably by the time you see this video, they will be up on the Etsy store. But I'm going to start doing that. Maybe I'll put them on eBay, or maybe I'll just put them on my website or something. You guys can order them ready to ship. And obviously the only difference is that you won't be able to choose the exact colors. You'll be able to choose from what you see, and I'll be good about taking them down once they're purchased or something. You know, I'm not going to leave them up there and have 2 people try to buy the same one, obviously. So, yeah, so you'll just be able to choose from what the available inventory is. So currently it's going to be black on black. This one is black with Kryptek Micro, Kryptek Typhon Micro, and this one is flat dark earth with Kryptek Highlander. So all of these are right-handed sheaths. Maybe I'll throw a left one in every now and then. So all right, guys, thank you for checking all this stuff out. I appreciate you dealing with all my rambling. I know this took a while to get through, but thank you guys so much for sticking around for it. So all right, guys, like, share, comment, subscribe, and stay tuned for the next one. God bless.